Joining me right now is Yohann Drai Fairtex. He will be fighting in the main event of One Pursuit of Power in Malaysia versus Smokin Jo Nattawut. What's going on, Yohann? Welcome to Kumite Radio.
Hi everybody. I'm good. I'm ready to fight for the next week. I've been training very hard, and I'm happy and excited to fight in this big show.
All right, before we talk about the fight, I want to get to know you a little bit, Yohann. Where did you grow up, and when did you start training martial arts?
So I grew up in Marseille. It's from the south of France. I start martial arts. I was about 15 years old, and I start with wrestling. So I did about 20 fights in MMA amateur level in France. So in France, you cannot hit on the ground; it's not allowed. And after about 18, 19 years old, I start kickboxing, K1, and Muay Thai after. But I can say my professional career start when I arrived Thailand. I was 22 years old.
Before you got to Thailand, you trained in Holland. Who encouraged you, and why did you move to Thailand and start training?
I trained in Holland, and I saw what was the professional training. Because in France, it's not really professional. It's you train after work. Everybody work there because you cannot live from only boxing. So you train after 6 o'clock from 6 to 8 o'clock at the evening, and this is amateur. It's for this I say before I came to Thailand, it was amateur. Only few people in France are professional for me, and here in Thailand we train from 6:30 to 10 o'clock and from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. So it's another way to train. Yeah?
Other than the amount of training that you get, you train in Thailand now, you've trained in Holland. What are the biggest differences in the training methods?
Well, I would say same in Holland. They have their way to train since 20 years. No, sorry, since ever, and they keep the same. Same running, kick pads, clinching, little bit of sparring, and the way of Muay Thai, and they don't want to change this way. I would say in Holland they have a very good and very professional training also, but they are more about the science of sports science, So they always try to grow up in their way to train. Same about fitness, about I don't know, nutrition, or not only about just training and running.
You train at the world famous Fairtex Training Center in Pattaya. What is the environment like being around so many great fighters?
Well, it's great. You can learn. This is really important, I think. When you are in the gym, if you don't learn anything, it's not good. What is important is I can learn from everybody here. Even some people who are not famous, they always all the time there. They have great skill. One guy will have a great left kick. One guy who will have a great clinch. One other guy will have a great knee. You can learn from everybody.
Many people in the community,
Yeah.
they label you as a scientist fighter. Can you explain why they call you this?
Scientist fighter?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
I don't know why they call me like this, but it's me. It's true. I'm looking for every day to be better than the day before. So for me, there is not only the work you will do in the gym. There is also the work you will do outside the gym, same the nutrition and stretching, some yoga, some many stuff. You have to adapt yourself and find what's work for you. You know.
What have you added to your training since moving to Thailand that is unusual for other fighters?
What I add, uh, I cannot say what I add. I would say when I arrived Thailand, I start to train. I really train same normally to be professional. Before it was same. I was playing same. It was more like a hobby. You know. It was not like a real job. Here, it's my job.
You're going to make your promotional debut, one Super Series main event slot in Malaysia. You're facing Smoking Joe. Did you watch his fight against Giorgio Petrosian, and what did you think about his performance?
Well, you know, after at this level, all the fighter I will face, they all will be strong. I just have to adapt my skills to my opponent. I watched his fight against. It was good performance. Uh, After Petrosian find the solution against him, is even Petrosian was winning the fight. He it was a good fight, and he didn't give up. You know, I think he's a tough fighter. He have big hurt, and I have also. So it will be a tough fight, and it's a fight with MMA gloves, so it can go very fast from one way, and from both way it can go very fast. The fight can ending very fast, so I have to be careful also because I think he have strong punch. So I just need to adapt myself to him, you know, my style.
What advantages do you take into this fight versus Smoking Joe?
Advantages. Well, I don't think I don't think like this. I don't think about advantages. I just think about I train hard. I'm ready to fight. Can be Smoking Joe or anybody. I will fight not the same, but I can fight everybody. And for me, in my mind, I cannot start a fight thinking I can lose. So it will be same from the beginning to the end. It will be same for the win. You know, for the win, I will go for the win, for the win, for the win.
In your eyes, how big of an opportunity is this fight for you?
Well, I signed 2 years contract with One FC. It's my first fight with them, so I want to look good. I want to I want them public happy to see me fight. I want them. I want to do interesting and exciting fight. Uh, it's for this I'm here, you know, because there is it's good to win, but there is also a way to win, and this is important for me. You know, I don't want to be a boring fighter. This is the worst I I can be. You know.
Most Thai fighters, they start when they're very young and they dedicate their whole life to the sport. How do you gain a competitive edge over this type of fighter?
Well, like you said, it's very difficult because compared to them, I start late, so their technique is better. But we have our skills also, and I just need to train harder than them. I would say to. It's true, you know, they have already a lot of advantage compared to us, but you can you can make the balance good if you train harder, and you if you're smart, you can beat them. Nobody is invincible, you know.
Is there any other fighters in the One Super Series roster you would like to fight in the future? They have a lot of good strikers in this league.
Well, to be honest, I think I will. You know, boxing is a show. You have to fight them all. After, I cannot say I will prefer him to him, but I would like to fight them all, and I go for to be the one of the leader of the 70 weight class. So I train and I live for that also. So there is no reason.
You have a little bit of a history in MMA. Do you ever plan on jumping back into MMA and maybe fighting in one championship in the cage?
Yes, I think about it. I think about it, and maybe maybe next year. It will depend. It will depend the evolution of boxing. You know, it can be good to fight in both. If I can, it can be good. Interesting.
Definitely interesting stuff. Big fight coming up in Malaysia. One championship, pursuit of power. Yohann Drai Fairtex, thank you for your time and good luck in your fight, man.
Thank you, John. Thank you.